good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to MWA Forthcoming Creators. I know I'm chewing on a little bit of candy right now, but listen, it's okay. We in the podcast. Everybody chilling. We need our sweets, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm Tatiana Fisher. We here with MWA. Go ahead and give us the correct pronunciation of your name, because I suck at names.
It's okay. I go by Misunderstood Anomaly, aka Moi.
Mwah.
Moi. So.
Hey, that's what it is. We gonna jump right into it, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know why we doing this, man. Shout out to Taste Back and Native Grounds. We just gonna go straight into this and get to know Miss MUA. All right.
Yes.
Hey, so where you from? Tell us a little bit about your background. Where you from?
I'm from South Cali. There's a few parts where I would say I'm from. Compton, the IE Inland Empire, and like a little bit of like high desert. It's all kind of formed into me being me. So Compton and the IE, South Cali and West Coast.
Hey, South Cali raised me. What? I ain't mad at you. Hey, okay, so that's what's up. So you've been out here in Cali and like Los Angeles and everything like that. You grew up out there pretty much.
Yes, when I was growing up, I stayed in like Gardena and other various places, and then like as we moved like towards more of the IE, it was like La Habra and like Fontana, like North Fontana and stuff like that before I became an adult. And then once I became an adult, I moved back out to LA and like stayed in Highland Park and stuff like that. So very much just integrated with both sides. But like overall, like being raised to be like a certain way is kind of like it's like I got a little mix of both, where it's like be raised like a certain way, but then like the streets.
Yeah, you got the best of both worlds. It's all right. That's all right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So when did you start getting into music? Like growing up, what age did you start getting into music? When did you start getting into making your own songs, singles, and dropping music and all that stuff?
So I've actually been in music like my whole life. My grandparents were very like music based, and I lived with them and like stayed with them for a while. And so like in the third grade, like we were put into music immediately, and I got into like
Them
writing
type of
around that
grandparents.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got into writing around that time, but I was playing like instruments, flute, piano, percussion, stuff like that.
Oh, I'm all
I was
for the percussion.
excited when you had a band. I was like, oh yes. So I'm very musically inclined. I
Okay.
grew up with like old school, like Ray Charles and like
Mm-hmm.
that type of stuff. And then and when I lived with my mom and stuff, it was very much like Tony Braxton, Whitney Houston,
Mm-hmm.
like Mariah Carey, and then my stepdad was like introducing us to the Beatles and like rock. So like I had
Mm.
the influence of a variety of different genres
Different genres,
and
yeah.
artists. So I came to appreciate and respect all of them. I
Mm-hmm.
started writing, like I said, when I was in the third grade, but it wasn't until 2023
Mm-hmm.
that I really really put myself out there as an artist to write as an artist and like put myself like fully like fledged like this is what I'm gonna like do and pursue and like not be apologetic about it.
Right. So I remember running into you at I think the first time I ran into you was Taylor's open mic night, the ladies' night, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so is that around the time? Was that the time? I think that was the time. I think that's the time I met you and Maya, to be
Yes,
completely honest
yes,
with you.
yes. That was our first time meeting.
What?
And I think it
Okay.
was like my second or third performance. I
Okay,
think
yeah,
it
that's
was
what I
my
was about to ask
second.
you.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I was like really, really nervous. And but I had met Taylor at my first performance.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, so it was my third performance because I
Okay,
had a
okay.
performance around BET, like the awards time, and there was some shows going on over there, so I performed there. And then I
Dope.
had met her, Tay at
Uh-huh.
Accidental Chaos in downtown LA, and then
Okay.
she invited me to Creative Ground. So it was my third performance, and then I met you, and everybody was
Okay.
like, they were like setting up. You guys were like setting up with the band and stuff, and I was just like, hey,
Yeah.
like you were so cool. Like when we first met, like it was like
Thanks.
I automatically felt because I came in because I didn't like. I mean, I knew Taylor, but like I didn't
Mm.
know like anyone, so I was just like introvert automatically. Like you were the first person I came into contact with, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like that was like probably like my second time really on the scene like that because one of my homeboys had told me about Tay. Like I just started working with Tay. Like I just started working with you guys. So it's like that was like the first interaction, most definitely the first time I met you, the first time I really got in with Tay and Maya and all that stuff. So it's crazy how far we've come.
I know,
So
right?
yeah, life is crazy. Life is a
It
trip.
is.
But
It is.
hey,
It's a roller coaster of a lot of things.
it
So
is, but it's all meant. I'm very glad that we all crossed paths. It's
absolutely.
amazing to see the growth from where we all started and everything. So we all got started with this around the same time.
Absolutely, yes. I love the progress and to see how every time we do come together, how
Hmm.
much we either have progressed or like what has gone on in our lives or like just
Hmm.
like our physical growth or anything.
Hmm.
Like I love seeing that. It's just like amazing to see how like life changes with each and every
Right.
person and like
Hmm.
everybody has a different story. So like
Right. So okay. So with you growing up as an instrumentalist, you said you started really making music in the year 2023, correct?
correct. Yeah.
So, what inspires you to like get more like vocally with it? What inspires you to be more of like a artist that lays tracks and everything and like sing and rap on a track? What inspires you to get started into that from an instrumental? That's a big leap. You feel me? From an
Yes.
instrumentalist to just going like, hey, I'm about to spit on this track or I'm about to
Right.
sing on this. Like, what inspires you to do that?
So actually, I had something happen to me that year, like something very traumatic, and
Okay.
it caused a huge rift in my life path.
Okay.
Because I had to cut off everybody close to me. I thought that, everybody that I knew or like that I thought had my back, like completely did a 180 and like
Mhm.
showed me their true colors. And like I have a son, and like
Mhm.
he's my world, and it has always been since before he was born. So
Mhm.
when I conceived him until afterwards to make his dreams come true, but in order for me to make his dreams come true, I have to lead by example.
Most
And so
definitely.
like I had dreams and things like implemented and in place, but then when that
Mhm.
incident happened, it kind of like really was like, you know what, it's now or never. And like during
Right.
that incident, like I almost died, and when I woke up to basically like waking up to being told like, oh, you almost lost your life, and coming to terms with my son would have been like without a mother and a father, and
Mhm.
like he would have missed out on all of who I wanted to like show him who like his mother could be,
Yeah.
to like turn around in like less than like 5 minutes or so and have to like defend myself against like my closest family, like my
Mhm.
like couple of friends that I had, people that I thought like, oh, I'm going through a crisis. You said you were always going to have my back. Now here goes
Right.
just kind of
Where are you at?
out. It was
Yeah.
like it kind of just turned my world upside down, and my world has been like flipsy flopsy for decades, but
Mhm.
like when that moment came, like my son is my legacy. Like
Mhm.
if I do nothing else, like I do it all for him to show him
Right.
like you can do it and you don't have to go like with the normal grain of like
Mhm.
what society tells you. Like I'm a very creative spirit and I can see that my son is very much like the same as my personality, but he is his
Yeah.
own person, and who better than me? He chose me to be his
Right.
who better than me, and I see that in him. So when that happened, it was crazy because like a couple years before, like I had been trying to like make
Get
music,
into it.
but it
Yeah.
wasn't sticking. Like I wasn't singing like I used to. I wasn't
Mhm.
like writing or anything like I used to. And then after all that stuff happened, and over the course of things taking place over that year and a half,
Mhm.
I one day I put on this track that I had found like months back, and I was like, man, I
Yeah.
get on this track. But when I was trying to like rap to it and freestyle to it, it
Mhm.
wasn't happening. And then
Right.
like when all that stuff happened, like one day, like my spirit was just like put the track on, but I couldn't find it. And then
Mhm.
like one day I found it and I played it, and I just flowed like water. And
What?
and then it was crazy because I was literally just following like my own path, right? So like I wasn't working at the time. Like I was just trying to figure a lot of stuff out, and I had
Mhm.
just got a car like a couple months back, and I was like,
Mhm.
like in my car, my speakers, Like
Yeah.
instrumentalist point of view, like
Yeah.
music got to sound a certain way. So my
It got a pop.
are not delivering on that. So I went
Right.
to this swap meet in Del Amo swap meet in Compton, and I went to the sound. I went to the sound center and I met this guy, and
Mhm.
he like we started chopping it up, and pretty much he was just like, you know, I think you should get in the studio. And he used to be an artist himself. He said he turned it
Mhm.
down. He didn't. He made a decision that because he respected his privacy more than the fame and the stuff, because he was going to be signed with like Sony and
Mhm.
stuff. And so he ended up like saying like if you need help. So like that I think either that night or like the next night I was like, there's this track, and I couldn't stop freestyling like for hours.
Mhm.
And I was like, do you recommend a studio? Because I don't know anything. And then he
Right.
recommended me the studio. We all went up there, him, his brother, and myself, and I
Mhm.
started flowing. And everybody was just kind of like blown away. And then I went back like one or two times to complete the track, and
Mhm.
even like the engineer was like, dude, I'm doing like a lot of music for other artists, but like you've got something. And I think that really
Something
like
different.
made the push, because I was always like I used to sing and stuff. Like I used to be like in a choir, and I used to
Mhm.
do like certain things, but like just with time and family, it was always just like, nah, like this is what so and so does. This is what
Right.
so out of respect for them, I just always pulled back because I was
Mhm.
a people pleaser. Like that's what it was.
Right.
I've always been like this bright, like creative, like out there personality, and I've always felt like I've never been able to shine in my own element. And so
Mhm.
now that I don't have any of those outside voices, now that I don't have that, those people in my life anymore to tell me, oh, I don't think you should, it really
Mhm.
made it clear. And then once I put it down, like on the track, it was
Mhm.
like, and then people received it very, very well. It
Mhm.
basically like solidified, like, no, like I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to
Hell yeah.
something that is true, that is art, that is real, and that can
Mhm.
be something uplifting to other people. So that's
Most definitely.
yeah. So that's what made my leap for sure.
Mhm. So, what song was that you first took to the studio? Was it Lullabies? Because I know you have two songs released, right?
Yeah, I have two songs. I'm about to come up with a couple more.
Okay.
I might be performing them at your next show. We'll see.
Ah, bless us.
So, so yeah, my first song ever is
Mhm.
Moi, is MUA.
Oh, Moi. Okay, that's the first
Yeah.
song. That hey, I gotta let y'all know. Y'all gotta go check her out on YouTube, man. Y'all gotta go check her out because that song is fire. Every time she performs that song, I lose it because that song is fire. Hello world. Hi.
Yes.
What? I love that
Yeah. And
song.
so like for me as an artist, like I think about all the elements that I've grown up from the 90s and stuff like that, like seeing like Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes,
Mhm.
like all the like really great artists, Ludacris, stuff like that. And like how they always like created like a scene, and like they made things
Mhm.
kooky and quirky, and I'm kooky and quirky in my own way.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of artists are kind of doing more of the same now, and so I
Mhm.
was like, like I'm just gonna do me, and
Let's
like
switch it up. Do yeah.
exactly. And so I was like, if I could do, like, I run my things my own way, and I'm very
Mhm.
much standing on like how I do things in my own way. And I was like, if I could come out as an artist with my first song, even if it never like blows up like that, like
Right.
it would be like an introduction, like,
Mhm.
hi, like this is who I am, like, and I'm
Right.
asking you permission, like, to let me have my own space, because I'm
Mhm.
just trying to do me, and like
Right.
I'm not in competition. I'm not here for no clout. I'm just
Mhm.
doing, like, I'm here to explain everything before y'all get caught up in everything.
Hey, perfectly said.
So that's like, so Moi was my first song that came out, and every single person, like, I think there was only like one person out of like 100 that
Mhm.
was like, no, I don't know, I don't think, but like, okay, what's one out of 99? Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
I don't, and so
man.
I literally made that song as like, I'm coming out here, and
Mhm.
like I'm asking for permission, but either way, like I'm letting you know what it is, and like this is me, like this is moi, and
Mhm. Hey, I love it. I love it. Everybody I interview is big steppers. Stop playing.
yeah,
All right. I love it, man. Look, everybody's so passionate about their craft, and I freaking love
absolutely.
it. I can tell you passionate about it. I really can. But hey, yeah, that's a good track right there. I like f with that all the freaking way. Moi. I usually say MUA, so now I gotta get used to saying moi.
Yeah.
Listen, because
Well,
I can never get your name right.
it's okay. It's okay.
Misunderstood
It's kind of a
anomaly.
long name. There's a couple of names that I went over, but I was just like, it resonates so much because it's like I am a misunderstood anomaly. And
Hmm.
then if you just put MUA together, it's like moi, like in French, it's moi is me and you.
Yeah.
So people can resonate with that. And then it's also could be cute like a girl, like moi.
Right,
Also
right. However you
classic moi.
take
So I
it.
was just like, I love double entendres, and it's kind of like a quadruple entendre. Like, so
Yeah.
I like however you want to pronounce it, I love it.
Hmm.
Like, it could be
Hey.
as simple as that, or it could be as long as misunderstood anomaly, like that classic, like, oh, miss, like, yeah.
Miss, okay? That's her. She is she.
Right,
Stop
exactly.
playing with her. So, okay. So we got to know you a little bit as far as where you grew up and how you got into music and stuff. I love it. I love to hear it. So I want to know, because like you just said, you just gave us a story of how times got hard. Everybody seemed like everybody walked off on you. So in that time, like, were you ever? You haven't really been doing music that long, but since you have, since 2023, has there ever been a time where you just, from 2023 to now, has there ever been a time where you just felt like throwing in the towel and just saying, I don't know if I could do this?
I would definitely say like in the last like 3 or 4 months because I'm still so new
Right.
and like my music is definitely like when I hear other wonderful new artists out there, like I'm just
Hmm.
like whoa. But then like I immediately when I get not necessarily intimidated, but just like dang like they sound like really really good and like they sound like
Right.
they gather the crowds like when my music hits like on stage and I only have a couple of songs out right now. There are other
Hmm.
songs that I feel like would gather the mood, but it's kind
Can't
of
wait.
like like it kind of is a little intimidating. So it was kind
Hmm.
of like should I get on the stage? Like should I do this or like should I just call it? And right now, and because I kind of feel like I'm still a little bit in there, I would
Hmm.
definitely say like yeah that hits, but I'm not like giving up like just limits like where you could go
Right.
for sure. And then like what do I look like for my son to see me like oh like your mom started taking off and then like
Hmm.
all of a sudden and I know that with time as like I know like there'll be tracks and albums that I come out with that are gonna
Hmm.
burn up high and then there are gonna be tracks and music that I hit that aren't gonna gain anything and just to see how it can be this little snippet right now like I'm
Hmm.
experiencing what that can feel like a little bit right now, and I know that it's
Hmm.
gonna be like bigger potentially in the future. Is
Hmm.
I just have to like get myself in the place and space to like okay, like just encourage myself
Hmm.
like, and so, yeah, like, there are moments where I'm just like, well, maybe I'm not like for everybody, but you know what?
Hmm.
Like, that's the beauty of like art. That's the beauty of
Right.
like being an artist is that you may not be for everyone, but there are 8 billion people on this planet.
Exactly.
So I know that I am a huge chunk for some people, and I know I'm definitely the biggest chunk to my son and my closest people, and that's all
Hmm.
that really matters. And if like this doesn't like make me like a superstar famous, at least I can say that I gave my all in this department of my life because music
Right.
does really like affect a big part of my life like when
Hmm.
I'm sad when I'm down when I'm thinking about stuff when I'm going through
Hmm.
something I don't like crash out and like throw things and like
Right.
lot like I
You go to
go
the
to music
studio.
like
Yep.
music really really does like do a lot for me. I feel it in a way where I feel like some people just don't understand. Like I feel it all the
Hmm.
way down in my bones to my soul. Like music makes me
Passion.
move in certain ways. So like I'm in the baby stages right now. I finally took that leap and decided not to be afraid. And I knew that there were gonna be ups and downs. It's just different ups and downs. And now at this point, like there is no giving up. It's just seeing it until all the way, until
Hmm.
wherever that leads to its end, whether it be to my last breath or maybe
Hmm.
until it leads to something else that may give me a voice for something else, but I'm never going to give up on it because it's just so close to me. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm kind of working out right now with my mental. Like, it's just kind of like, okay, feel it,
Mhm.
like process it, and then what are we going to do in a positive light that helps
Mhm.
others as well as myself as well as my family.
Right. So I know you had mentioned you doing this. You're like training your mental pretty much through this process. So my question is like, with your mental health and doing this music thing, I talk about this with all my artists. Like, as an artist, all the things that we have to do, just like being a creative, being our own business people, like it gets heavy. So like, since you've been doing this, how do you prioritize like your mental health and like the business side of things?
Well, I'm going through a lot right now in my current life.
Mhm.
So on top of being an artist, it's a little bit harder because like people expect you to just go to a 9 to 5 and like clock in,
Right.
clock out, and people do that, and I'm doing that as well. But I have clocked in and clocked out and done all of that. But
Right.
I know that if I want to take it to the next level, I have to go all in. So a lot of people, what they don't understand is like with art, things don't come out like, oh, I made this song and I made
Mhm.
$100, like, and I made like $50,000. Like, it's not like that. It's very much just like trying to get the message out. At least for me, like with my writing, with my music, like I only
Mhm.
want to elevate people, and it's
Right.
like, but I also like when I go through my ups and downs, it's like, how do I motivate people while I'm going through it? But it's good
Mhm.
to record and like write when you're feeling like that, because a lot of people feel like that on their day to day. And
Right.
so for me, like right now, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of going through my own ups and downs. And so
Mhm.
I just sit to myself a lot. Like I
Mhm.
sit to myself a lot, and when I think about stuff, or like when I like when I'm in a moment, like I just write
Mhm.
down like some of those things like on my phone or whatever. And then
Mhm.
later on, like in a day or two, sometimes it could be a week or two, sometimes I get
Right.
frozen stuck, like,
Mhm.
and sometimes I
It
feel like
happens.
nobody else, like there's no one else there, and it's kind of
Mhm.
hard, like when you feel like, yeah, like I have amazing friends, like I
Mhm.
consider you a friend, like Maya, like Tati, like Tay Tay, like all these people in my life,
Mhm.
like, but at the same time, it's like I'm in my own mind.
Yeah.
Have like so many things writing on it. Like, I am an adult human being that needs to provide and protect and do, and
Mhm.
when I put myself in those positions where I give myself a break, because I've
Mhm.
been in like the deepest, darkest depressions. Like, where
Mhm.
I felt like the tunnel had no light.
Right.
There was no light at the end of the tunnel. I used to think like all I saw was a voidness of darkness.
Mhm.
And I never want to get back there. And so things that I do now, like I said, is listen to music. I sit and take the time to
Mhm.
process. And like sometimes I just go for a walk. Sometimes I just sit in the car, and sometimes I drive. I like to.
You
I'm a
like to be on the
rider. I'm
road?
a rider, and I had my
Yeah.
motorcycle like a couple years back. I'm gonna get a new one this year. But
Mhm.
I like to move like on those kind of things. It's in my blood.
Mhm.
But I don't have that right now. So right now I'm just learning how to just sit in my own me, and like
Mhm.
learn that that's okay, because sometimes I used to not want to sit in myself, and
Mhm.
like talking about like just to myself, and like people can say, oh yeah, you're crazy, but like the
Mhm.
music and the art, and like because I draw too, like I paint too, like I
Mhm.
do other things that express myself, I write. And more or less, I mean, it's kind of hard when I have a 3 year old who's always like,
Yeah.
mommy, mommy. But
Yeah.
if anything, like I give the love to my son. I don't
Mhm.
like turn it into anything negative, but it's definitely like just sitting with myself right now and just saying, like, hey, it's okay. You're human. And
Right.
there's no date on any of this.
Right.
No, like, oh, you have to be, 20 something, 18 something, 30,
Right.
50 something, and like, you have to be making these moves because it can
Mhm.
happen for you at any point in time. Just feel it, so that way when you're putting it out there, it's real stuff. People resonate with
Mhm.
real. And if you can portray real, it can only be portrayed for so long.
Right.
Like for me, like all my music that I want and hopefully will put out is
Mhm.
all real talk. I mean, my two songs I have out, like so many people have come up to me, like you said, moi, pinchy, like a certain way, like the way it comes
Yeah,
out, but I'm speaking real facts. And lullabies is the same kind of
that's
thing.
a beautiful song.
Thank you. And so like I really try my best to like put it out there like that because I feel like this world is already like experiencing so much. Like even right now with the LA fires, like we're going through
Yeah.
so much. Like I had to hit up my sisters because they live in that area, and I was like, "Hey, are
Mhm.
you okay? Like what's going on?" I hit them up last night, but they're okay.
Uh,
But I remember growing up in the '90s where like there were so many songs like "Runaway Love" and like other kind of stuff like that, like TLC's
mhm.
whereas like things like resonate and hit with you because they're real. Like these things are real. And like
Mhm.
we're growing up in this day and age where social media and TikTok and like all this other stuff, like social media and like putting yourself out there in a certain image, like makes people feel like they have to portray a certain way,
Yeah.
like trying to be like good for your family and this and that and like what societal standards is like. No, you can still be a beautiful person. You can still
Yeah.
person and cut people off. You can still be a genuinely like great, beautiful human being and not give out. You can still
Mhm.
be a beautiful human and stand up and not like take like all the BS. And I
Right.
trying to portray that in my own way. And like I said, whoever it resonates with, because I feel like it
Mhm.
would resonate with people.
Right.
So like what I bring can fill in those gaps where other people feel like they can't resonate with other artists. They can
Mhm.
resonate with me. So like that also helps with my mental, but I have to go through the steps. I have to go through that process.
Mhm. Hey, the people most definitely gonna resonate with your music. Okay. That's most definitely gonna happen because listen, like I was just telling my last artist on my last interview, like they got the wrong message on the pedestal right now. Like they're portraying the wrong like image for the upcoming youth that's trying to really do this and trying to live right. Like they're not portraying truth right now. Like everything that everybody's like portraying is just like violence and just shit that's just really not true. Like
Right.
everybody trying to live this fast life. Don't nobody want to just enjoy the fruits of their labor. They don't want to enjoy the journey. They don't want to enjoy the process, the
Right.
beautiful things in life, the things that are free, the
Right.
things that are gonna be here. You feel me? Like family. You feel me? Friends, good friends that surround you. Like the process of the journey with just doing the music. They don't know how to enjoy it and just live in it because
Oh yeah.
everybody's just chasing. I don't know what the hell they think they're chasing. I
It's
don't.
kind of crazy too because I had a DUI class that I had to take a couple years ago, and
Mhm.
there was a 20. I think she just turned 20, like 19
Mhm.
20, and she was sitting there, and we were all in our group, and she was just like, hey, like the teacher was like, hey, like talk to us about your experience, and
Mhm.
she basically was just like, look, like I drink because like the world is fucked, like whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, everybody's like that, like all of us youth, and it made my heart hurt because I was like, because my son was like 1 at the time, so I was
Mhm.
28, 29, so I was just like, dang, like she's barely coming into like her,
Yeah, she's still a
she's
baby.
already like everything is over, and it made me
Yeah.
hurt so bad because that's how I already feel like when I listen to artists because like you said, it very much just portrays like sex, getting money, like fuck everybody
Mhm.
else, fuck, like just get a bag, just get this, but it's like no,
Yeah.
like life has so much more meaning, and yeah, there's a lot of like messed up things that go on in this world, like a lot
Mhm.
of messed up stuff. Like I could talk to you like for hours about the stuff that I've gone through just like any other artist, but like when I
Mhm.
talk about this stuff, it's just like when people talk to me, they're just like, why, like what was going through this person's mind and this and that. And I'm not trying to portray victim. I never try to portray victim. I just
Mhm.
it was for like I got to a point now in my life because I used to be like, why is this happening to me? Why?
Right.
And now I'm in a place and space in my life where it's like, you know, it was meant for it to happen so that
Mhm.
way I could do these things. But it's not right that I go through all this stuff and then
Mhm.
not use the gifts, talents, and abilities that I've been blessed and gifted with to not
Mhm.
like tell somebody else that may be struggling through this. Somebody may see
Right.
like, one of my paintings, somebody may be listening to my music, somebody can be
Mhm.
listening to me speaking one day and be like, you know what, like no, like, and switch it over. And if I can
Mhm.
help anyone, because I've been through it, and I wished I had somebody
Mhm.
that would care as much, like, like that hurt and that pain, it can turn over, and you can turn it over. And so that's what
Most
you said.
definitely.
like it sucks. Like I get like people are trying to like just chase that minuscule moment, but like
Mm-hmm.
it has an impact. And that's why like if I'm gonna have a platform that I'm giving myself and hopefully the people will give me over time, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna push my perspective and my platform to be as positive, and you can change any part of your life, any
Mm-hmm.
perspective you have, you can change it for the positive and make it
Mm-hmm.
something good. Like your negative past, no matter what you've been through, and I've talked to
Mm-hmm.
so many people, and like I said, I've been through so much. Like
Right.
you can turn it around. You can, and you can make it into whatever life you dream of. Just keep
Right.
dreaming that life. There is no expiration date. Sorry, I'm really passionate.
What? I'm serious. I'm feeling it. This is why we do this podcast to keep upcoming artists and creatives that's coming up lifted and motivated. They need people like you. They need people like Misunderstood. You feel me? We need
Yes,
more artists. Yes, we need more
yes.
artists like you and all the artists that I've been interviewing that actually got the passion in this, like with their craft, that's actually enjoying the fruits of their labor, that's actually like enjoying the journey because you guys are so
You
like
have to.
just aware. You feel me? You guys are aware of the message that you guys are trying to portray, and we need more artists like you guys. You feel me?
Well, I'm here, and we're here. We're trying to make our
Yeah,
impact.
we trying to. We're gonna make our
Yeah,
mark
we
most
are. We are
definitely.
going to. This is just the beginning. Just wait.
Yeah. Just to, hey, y'all mark our words. Remember this interview, man. Mark our
Yes,
words.
January
2025, man.
9th,
Yep.
2025. We said it here
Yep.
first.
We said it here first, man. We gonna make it far because it's time for the light to be just, man. We gotta shine through. We gotta shine through the darkness because it's too much. It's taking over the youth's mind, man. They don't even got no hope no more.
They really
No
don't.
hope for tomorrow. These poor kids, bruh. Man,
I love that note you did. It was great.
don't you listen? I'm working on it. I've been working on the vocal cords.
I love that.
So thank you, thank you. So if you just tuning in, this is MWA for upcoming creators, man. Big shout out to Taze back with Open Mic Nights. Big shout out to Creative Grounds. We
Bro.
have, hey, Creative Grounds, what? Hey, we got Misunderstood here, man. If y'all just tuning in, go ahead and rewind. Go ahead and rewind. It's been a great interview. She's been letting us in on her life and how she got started and just the ups and downs that she's just been through with just being an upcoming artist. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. So I love the conversation we just had because I'm about to piggyback off that because we
All
just talked
right.
about how
Go.
you pretty much want to be an influence and you had a chance to experience how the youth is thinking,
Mm-hmm.
at least some of the youth is thinking. So with your music and your journey and everything as an upcoming artist, what are you hoping for your fans to gain or take away from your creative work?
Um, for me, like, and I know it kind of sounds cliche, but like,
Mhm.
hope, manifestation,
I don't
positivity.
know, sound cliche about that. Who's doing that nowadays? Like you said, everybody talking about drugs, money, fame, sex. Who ain't no I ain't heard okay. I've only heard like a couple upcoming artists that's still like and then you got the R&B like come on, like Fantasia. You got artists like that that's still like uplifting, you feel me? But you don't got a lot of this music that's on the pedestal, they ain't talking about hope for tomorrow and hope for the future and all that other stuff. But my bad. I just had to go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. No, it's facts. It's facts, and I think that's part of what like that was part of the other push is just because
Right.
like I'm sick and tired of hearing like the same old
The
rhetoric
same, yeah.
like in like the music industry, and then like
Yeah.
these people have platforms, and then yet like they talk about like oh about a change or this and that, but then even like how they walk and move in their day to day is
Mhm.
the opposite of what they portray. Like it's
Mhm.
it's unnerving and frustrating at its minimal, and like for me like especially now that I have a son and growing up in that environment where I've seen
Yeah.
other artists like come
Mhm.
out and like take their platform and use it in a negative way. It totally like frustrates me because it's like people are looking at you, you know, like
Right.
people are like, and kids are thinking, oh, well, they have this and they got here
Mhm.
and they're saying these things, so this must be, it's the influence part of it, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
like for me, like I want my son, like when my song comes on in my little Spotify playlist, like
Yeah.
he's always like, "Mommy, Miss, and not me," and like it
That's
was
cute.
crazy. Like when I made that song, like when I played it for like my nephew and like my
Mhm.
dad up north, he was like, my dad up north was like, you know, the craziest part about all this, he's like, you
Mhm.
didn't cuss not one time.
Not one time.
And he was like, the seniors are gonna love this. Like you got the senior vote, like right, and like, but it was just, but like it's still like it's in the now, but it's also
Mhm.
like in the millennial, like in the '90s
Mhm.
kind of thing. But like it still resonates with the older folk, like. But it's
Mhm.
also something that like my son can be like. That was my mom, and she was speaking
Yeah.
real stuff. Like, where I hope that like everyone takes from like my music is you could come out of a dark place and space. You
Mhm.
can be at your lowest, but you can always turn it around. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There is an optimistic view. Like you can
Yes,
go
ma'am.
through what you're going through, go through it, go through it. Don't be afraid from it. Don't run from it. Go through it. Feel it. Feel all of it. Feel it all,
I hope y'all listening. Feel it all.
you know, like what you're going through, because maybe like what you're going through in the future when somebody
Mhm.
else younger or older or at the same age can be like,
Mhm.
hey, I'm going through this, you know exactly what they're talking about because you went through it, like, and you can make it a positive experience. Not every negative experience has to end with negative outcomes and negative possibilities and negative
Yes.
retrospect. It doesn't have to be that way. Like I said, I've had to literally marinate in stuff that I've gone through. Like, what the heck? Like, my family, like my friends, like
Mhm.
I just like, and me feeling completely alone as a single mom, like whoa, like that was a lot to deal with, and still having to wake up every morning and like,
Mhm.
good morning, mommy, and I have to be like, good morning, son, but like still feeling like what I'm feeling like on the
Yeah.
inside. No, I want to portray to people like, no, like I can sound a little like harsh, but I'm just speaking
Mhm.
the truth. And I'm not
Mhm.
going to be apologetic because and like and sorry for the way I portray myself, because if you're not able to handle my heat, then you're not meant to be in this kitchen. It is what it is. But the people that can handle that heat and that intensity,
Mhm.
this is meant for them. And like, yeah, like I've gone through a lot of sad stuff. I'm like I said, I'm still going through stuff now. It doesn't
Mhm.
mean that you just lay down and die. Like you don't
Right.
give up. You can
Mhm.
still do these things. You can still make this music and come out on top, or whatever you decide to do, whatever your journey is. I just really want to show people there is a light outside of the darkness. There is positive that comes out of negative. There is
Mhm.
always something higher than the lower. Like, and you can
Mhm.
make it. And if I can help people with my music to emulate that, I'm gonna do that.
Mhm. I'm just so happy to be on the bright side of life. Listen, I don't care what I go through because, stuff be getting heavy, bro.
It
Life gets
does.
dark.
It
But
does.
this is why you got to keep the right people around you. I swear. So I just love what we're building. I'm
Thank you.
listening
Me
to you
too.
talk
I
right now.
love you. It's a great like community, and like you guys like have accepted me so hard. I think that's part of what keeps me going, is because you
Hmm.
guys aren't just like for the like moment, like, or for the picture, or for the like the video. It's like, no, we are really a community of artists.
Yeah, we in this together, bro.
Artists, like I can literally come to you tomorrow and be like, okay, so can you tell me for real, like, how is this one piece? And you can be like,
Yeah.
you were kind of off key a little bit, like,
Hmm.
because you've seen me perform a couple of times, and I've
Right.
literally been like, hey, like, because I genuinely want to know, and like, because I'm passionate about music in that way, and to have like a
Hmm.
whole community that I didn't know that was there,
Hmm.
be there, like, it's just
We
great.
over here. Hey, hi. How you doing? We all over here.
And we're all like weird and quirky and like fun and like particular and in our own way, and I love that. Like we are each individually our own, and so like that's what makes it so.
Gangster when we need to be. Don't even get it twisted. Don't even get it twisted. Cause listen, um, yeah, but most definitely, I feel you 100%, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for the people. that I've the beautiful artists that I've met just since last year when I started gigging with you guys. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to have people like you guys around. You just your aura alone just is just like a blessing in itself. Like it's just like when you step on the scene. Let me tell y'all what happened real quick. Okay, I hate to get off, but listen, I hosted my first open mic night in November. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. And she walked in the building and I was just everywhere. Oh my gosh. Like stuff was just going wrong, like from left to right, bro. And when I tell you she walked in and she was like, "Hey, what's going on? Just calm down. Tell me what you need help with. Just breathe. Tell me what you need help with." Like that's just your aura alone. It's just like it's just you got a beautiful spirit. You always smiling regardless of what you're going through. You got a good message to go. You got the passion behind you. You got the talent. You everything in one package, okay? We need more people like you.
Thank you.
We need you to keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Don't give up, okay?
I'm not.
We need you.
Like come out with something crusty dusty. Just pull me to the side and be like, okay,
hey,
don't do this one next time.
Don't do that again.
Put that on the back shelf with the dust.
That ain't the one, bro. That ain't the one, but it's okay. We gonna keep it going. It's okay.
That's what creative imagery is all about. Like you
exactly.
There's some you get, there's some you don't. Yeah, I got
some
you.
You don't. It's okay. It's okay. Look. Y'all gonna gain a lot from this podcast, man. If you just tuning in, like I said, this is MWA for Upcoming Artists. We got Misunderstood here with us. We gonna close it out in a minute, most definitely. But we talking about some good stuff. Okay, so we're in segment 5 right now. So we were just talking about how you performed at a couple of our shows. You performed at what, 3, and this will be your 4th on the 17th?
Yes.
So I want to know, what was it like performing the first time and even the second time, because people think you get the jitters most definitely for your first performance, but if this is your first go around doing this and you ain't never performed in your life, like there's a couple shows where you just gonna be nervous and like really just flip out. I ain't gonna hold you, I've been performing for years, since middle school.
Oh, wow.
And I just got nervous. I got nervous when we had our first open mic night that in November. And then I was recently nervous at the House of Blues. So it happens, you feel me? But what was it like performing for the first time at our gigs?
Well, I didn't know what to expect, right? Because it was my 3rd performance ever, and it was a totally new venue. Like even though I had met Tay Tay before, like it was like one of her events, and I had just met her. So like you know, I didn't know what to expect. But then once I got there, like I said, like once I walked in there. I met you first. So like,
what?
Yeah, like I literally walked in and you were just like, hey, like immediately we just started chatting and there was a performance going on, so we were like in the hallway. And then like I saw like the crowd of people and it was a really good turnout. Because my first performance ever, even though it was at one of those BET like performance type of places, there was only 3 in the crowd.
Really?
Yeah, there was only 3 people in the crowd.
Hey,
and
that's humble beginnings right there. That's humble beginnings. That's a humble motherfucker.
I was excited because I was just like, even if it's nothing, it's still like I'm performing and there's people there and whatever. And so to go from like 3 people and then my second performance, like there was like 20, 30 people, but like it was more of like a club type of scene. Like people were like smoking and stuff. And by the time I performed, people were so out of it that they couldn't. I mean, people did receive the message because people had walked out before, and then when I performed, people walked in. So I was like, okay, that's good. But when it came to Creative Grounds, it was like the ambience was chill.
It'd be there.
Like, there were a lot of people, but everyone was so like, it was such like a great, like, I don't know what the word is at this moment, but like it was a very chill, like vibing atmosphere. It wasn't like judgmental. Like everybody was doing their own like thing in a way, because like when we did the audition, like and people were stepping out, like there were different groups, but like it didn't matter which group you walked into. Everybody had just pure love and support for every artist. Even if you didn't, like, some people came for one specific artist, still showed me love. Like, oh, hey, they didn't see me perform yet. And, like the vendors that were there, everybody was chill. So, and it was crazy because I think you guys had, like, set up, or, like, one of the artists had set up for their live band. So, like, I performed, like, freestyle before I even performed my first my first song for the audience, and
I
so
remember that.
and like I was just so excited because I love live music, especially with a band that knows what they're doing. Like I love that. Like, and it was my third time performing, so I hadn't done
Right.
it yet. And so to be able to have that opportunity, and then everybody was just like, "Yeah, get on the mic!" Like it's such a expressive, creative, like happy flow for an artist. It
Mm-hmm.
really, like I was on cloud nine for like a couple weeks after that.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want to leave with people.
Like creative grounds and like all of you just really boosted like my confidence in being an artist, and like even though like that first time I'm not sure if I performed freestyle off my own tracks or I performed with my tracks. I don't remember which one because
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been performing freestyle off my own tracks for these last couple of times. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, as an artist, like you guys, like Creative Grounds made me feel so good. Like the people there made me feel so good, and like
Mm-hmm.
the applause from the audience, the banter that we had afterwards, the conversations, like it was so
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Like just inspiring and like motivating to say the very least, but everything else to say the very most.
Hell yeah. Hey, big shout out to Charles, man. That was the band that was there that night. They did amazing with Andrew on the.
Amazing.
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, big shout out to
Absolutely.
Andrew, man. But Andrew from the Vault and Redlands, most definitely. Hey, big shout out to you, man. You be doing the thing with the band and stuff. Yeah, the drummer, I don't know his name, but big shout out to you, man. Y'all came out and did the thing, man. You
Mhm.
talking about you like live music? We got some stuff for y'all. I got the band coming out on the 17th, so
I'm excited.
it's about to be lit. Y'all know I like to go up. We gonna have a good time. I'm excited. Everybody's excited, so we gonna get in there and do the thing for real. But most definitely, I love it. Y'all go ahead and most definitely tell us where we can find you on socials.
So my Instagram is going to be at ms underscore stood stood, and then usually it pops up, but it's also anomaly ANAMALY. Misunderstood anomaly. I'm sorry, I can't spell right now.
It's okay.
ANOMALY. There you go, anomaly.
There we
And
go.
usually, if you just type in at ms underscore stood, I'll pop up on there. Same thing for Facebook. I think it's misunderstood, like ms period understood the whole word and then anomaly. And then on my TikTok, which we don't know where TikTok's going, we
We
don't know,
don't.
but we're here now. It's at MELAV8D, which is where is my business name. Melevated
Mm-hmm.
stands for the elevation of melanin minds. So
What the? I love it. What is going on? That listen, the names that you come up with. I can't wait to look back at this footage and just see my facial expression when you said that because you just so slick with it. It just be blowing my mind. I love it. Okay, I'm sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Keep
that's
going.
why in
Keep going.
my song I'm always like stay melevated because I feel like us melanin people like we have such like brilliant minds, and if we can express it in the way that we want to, like
Mm-hmm.
we've already created so many like extraordinary things, like extra, and
Most
I say
definitely.
extraordinary instead of extraordinary because it is extra more than the ordinary. We've always done that, and I just really want to bring a whole new chapter in that. And so my business Melevated, like I said, the elevation of Melanin Minds is just to support that and really like push like who we are as a people. So I was like, when I made my TikTok, I was like Melevated, like, and I have a couple T-shirts and shirts and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to switch everything over to Melevated because I really want my name to mean something.
Right.
But on TikTok for right now, it's going to be at MELAV, the number 8, which is also the infinity symbol. And in the Chinese or numerology, it's for money as well because I want generational wealth to go over for generations to come. And then D, you guys can find me on there.
Okay. Listen, you got to drop the YouTube too because I be trying to find you on the YouTube, man. Is it the same
YouTube
as
is
the
also
gram?
it's also Melavid,
Okay.
MELAV8D. I'm gonna be posting more like now this year. That's one of my goals is to really just like document like my life, my journey, like my
Mm-hmm.
business, like and just like it's time. It's time.
It's
So it's
time.
gonna be at Melavated.
Now is the
And then
time.
I also have my backup account, which is at Misunderstood Anomaly. So
Bart, she better. Y'all better stop playing. We just gonna end it on that note. It's been such a great freaking interview. Like, I'm just mind
yes.
blown right now.
Thank you for having me.
Melanin elevated. Like,
You motivated now?
yeah, I'm elevated. I love it. I love it.
Good.
I love it. Even the
That's the
misunder.
goal,
Look,
is to elevate all of
listen.
us. That's my main goal, is to
She
elevate
even
it.
gave exactly. She even gave y'all the misunderstood. Like
Yeah,
it's.
literally. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you around. Most
Okay,
definitely.
cool. I'm here.
Most definitely. Yep. We in this. We locked in, y'all. Me and Misunderstood is locked in, man. Hey, look, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to MWA for upcoming creators. It's been a great interview with Misunderstood, man. Y'all come out and catch her in action January 17th. That's actually this Friday coming up. So y'all most definitely, hey, $10 to get in, man. $10 entry fee at the
You
door.
can
Y'all
afford
come
$10
out.
if you can afford a pizza box. Come on, get some music and some art in your system.
Get it in your system, man. We gonna have drinks there for purchase, man. We gonna have food. Y'all come out and enjoy the dope vibes. And hey, look at this. We even gonna open the floor to if y'all want to get on the mic, come out, get on the mic. Show us what you got. You feel me?
Open
We gonna
mic
have a live band.
night.
Open mic night. It wouldn't be open mic night if we didn't let y'all get on the mic. Feel me? So y'all come out January 17th, man, 6 to 9 p.m., $10 entry fee. Our one and only Misunderstood will be there performing. So y'all come out and support her, man. Happy New Year. I know it's the 9th. We got a lot going on. Hey, on a serious note, prayers to everyone who's been impacted by the fire that's going on in Los Angeles. Our hearts go out to you guys. Our prayers go out to you guys. We are here for you guys. It's and anybody who has anybody in their circle that's been impacted and you're just feeling for them, we're here for you guys. We feel it. We feel you guys. We feel everything that's going on. We hear everything. We see everything. And we're here praying for you guys. And we're just praying that everything get better. And it's all love. It's all love, man. Let's get through this together, man. Happy New Year. Let's get through all of this that we're going through together. Let's go to higher heights, reach higher heights. You feel me? Mentally,
Absolutely. Let's stay
physically.
motivated, y'all.
Let's stay motivated. That's the only way you can put it. Let's stay motivated, man, because we here for the community. We here for the community as a whole, but we also here for our melanin people. You feel me? We got to stay
Absolutely.
motivated. It's important for us to stay locked in with each other, man, because it can feel like life gets heavy and we can feel like we're all alone. But this goes to show that we're not alone. I love y'all. It's been great. Thanks for tuning in. We got Misunderstood here. We'll catch y'all on the 17th. Anything that you like to say to the people before we go ahead and chop this up? You got any music coming up? I know you working on some new stuff. So, what's up with that?
I'm actually gonna go to the studio in a couple days, so new music's gonna be dropping soon. My music video for Moi is gonna be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing sneak peeks.
Yes. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess like for the people, thank you for your support. Thank you for the upcoming support. I love you all. Everybody just stay, positive through these times. We got each other's backs. And as long as we're out here, we're always gonna be motivated. So you guys have a
We
great
always
time.
gonna be motivated. Hey, y'all have a great time, man. Come and see her January 17th. We love y'all. We out of here, man. Stay dope. It's been great.
You know what I
Deuces.
do it. You know what I do it.